Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see, I'm actually not at my house. I am at an antique mall in Columbus, Wisconsin. It's in an old factory building. It's like 3 or 4 floors. It's giant. So I'm going to be exploring this antique mall with you guys, hopefully finding some vintage clothes that I can try on, put outfits together. We'll see. I'll try and film as much as I can inside, but I'm very awkward when it comes to filming in public because I don't do it very often. Not a vlogger. So I'll do my very best. So, let's go. Let's go explore.
Why bottle any trouble? Leave sorrow like a bubble. Just look at those smiling skies. Each flower knows what bliss is. Each hour April kisses come out of those smiling skies. What's the use of hurrying or scurrying? 'Cause worrying won't do one thing but make you cry. So come on, be happy, don't be gloomy. Be happy, listen to me. Just look at those smiling skies.
I am back in the car with my goodies. I didn't get as much stuff as I was hoping to get because some of them were super expensive. Which, every time I go to an antique mall, I'm like, oh my god, it'll be great. And then everything's $1 million. I was able to get a shirt, a dress, and then I did get a dress yesterday, not here, that is vintage. So I'll just combine it because it's basically from the same store. But, it was a really cool mall. I have been here before. It's just a lot. If you want to take the day to explore it, you could go through every nook and cranny. I did rush a little bit, because I was specifically looking for clothes. I did find a few old photographs though, so that was really awesome. But let's head back and I'll show you what I got. Alright guys, so I am home. It is time to go through the goodies and see what we got. So we'll start out with something I actually didn't get at the antique mall. This is the dress that I gotten at I think it was a St. Vincent de Paul. It's just a thrift store. I don't know if it is true vintage or not, but it is a 60s style dress. I'm not a big fan of pink, but I thought it was cute. It's got a little, hook and eye at the top. It's got a hidden zipper. It's made by Willie Smith. I don't know. It doesn't have a vintage smell, but someone could have washed it before they donated it to a thrift store. But it's a 60s, dress. And dress number 2. This one is vintage. I did get this at the antique mall. It is also a 60s dress. It's like this. Very spring-like. The woman at the front desk was like, spring. It's got flowers on it. It's very light green. It's still got the tag attached to it. I didn't take it off yet. Lime green dress, $29. I don't know if this has like a brand tag on it. I don't think it does. It has belt loops around the waist, but the belt is no longer with the dress. It's a very cute colored dress. It's a little big. I definitely will need a belt for this. But I thought it was really, really cute, at least the color-wise. And for, $29, that's a pretty good deal, because a lot of vintage clothes is like $60, $70, $100. There's a few dresses that are in the compilation that I was, looking through, and they were like $100, $200 a piece. Which, for vintage clothes, I guess, it makes sense. But it's just like, I don't get that kind of money. And the last piece of clothing that I got is this shirt. This is also true vintage. It's a 70s, 60s style shirt. It's got these awesome, look at these. So triangular. There was a theme, I guess. 60s and 70s is not my favorite decade to dress in, but I guess, while I was at this mall and shopping for vintage clothes, I was in the 60s, 70s mood, because literally all of them are 60s or 70s. I would lean this towards 70s rather than 60s, but, I just thought it was kind of cute. It's got flowers on it. There's a theme, I guess, because all three have flowers on it. I guess I'm in the spring mood. I'm also not a big fan of yellow, but I liked the shirt, so I got it. This one is a Sears shirt, made in Korea. This was only $12. The pink dress, I think, was $10 at Vinnie's. The green one was $29, and this was $12. So some of them actually, like, were very, like, affordable. It just depends on where you go and who's selling it, especially in antique malls, because they're owned. Each, like, stall is by a different person, usually. So it just depends on what they want to price things and how they want to get rid of it. The last things that I got at the antique mall are vintage photographs. So I got this one. Oh, the plastic is making it difficult for you to see it. I can get it. Oh yeah, I can. Okay, this one. I thought it was really, really cute. There's like look at his mustache. This was taken in Chicago, but there's no names on it, which is sad. But there's that one. And then there is this one, which actually was in the video. I filmed this one, and then I decided to get it. It's this one. I also just really like this one. Usually if a photo speaks to me, or I'm like, I need it, then I get it. I just loved her dress, and she's very serious, but I just really liked the vibe. And the last photo that I got is this BB with a very long dress on. And I got this one because there's writing on the back, which is rare when it comes to photographs. It lists the baby's parents. This was the christening dress made by Ida, my mother's cousin. Let's see, does it have the name of the kid? I cannot read it. Oh, Reuben? I think. Yeah. Well, Reuben. I think that's what I'm reading. Look at him. What a guy. What a little dude. He's so cool. So to end this video, I'm going to try on each of these pieces of clothing and try and create a look around it. I'm not going to go full-blown, vintage cosplay mode, where I'm going to do my hair and my makeup and, like, full-blown, woo! I'm basically going to try the dress on and then try to accessorize. I might do my hair a little bit, but I am doing Decades Week in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. The first week of May, I believe I'm starting April 26th, and I'm going 9 days. So, if you guys know, I do a Decade Week every single year, at least I have for the last 5 years? 4 years? Whatever. And so, I would do full-on looks for these, but I'm trying to save my vintage dress-up energy for Decades Week. So, stay tuned for that. But let's put on each of these and create a look around it and jam out.
Love was only true in fairy tales, and for someone else, but not for me. Our love was out to get me, that's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then I saw her face, now I'm a believer. Not a trace.
So guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. I would say that the first two outfits, obviously they need some makeup and some hair done, but overall turned out pretty good. This one is probably the least accurate of the three. I am wearing bell-bottom jeans. It's just kind of hard to see. Without the vest, it's pretty accurate. Now obviously vests were a thing in the 60s and 70s, obviously, but this one is very frilly cowboy-y. So I mean, if I had just like a velvet or a corduroy, like an orange, corduroy vest. I think I would have pulled it together. But this was the only type of vest I have. I mean, I do have a few other vests that I use, but they're more Edwardian, Victorian style, or like if you're wearing a suit. They're not like 60s, 70s style vests. It could work. Maybe if I button this, it would look a little better, but it's not bad. I had a lot of fun with this. Obviously, I will be probably turning each and every one of these into full-blown, looks that I will be doing. I'm going to be doing Decades Week, and at least one of these is probably going to show up within Decades Week. If you don't know, Decades Week is when I go from the 1990s to the 1910s, and I do a different look every single day. So I dress up, I do my hair, I do my makeup, I do my best to time travel to the decade that I am representing. Now, sometimes it's not perfect. Maybe my hair is not exactly right, or maybe I should have done this with the accessories, or you name it. I usually just work with what I have and see how it turns out. As long as I get the basic vibe of the decade I'm going for, I say it's a win. A lot of the clothes I use during Decades Week are true vintage. Obviously, the farther I go back, the less likely it's going to be true vintage, especially when I get to 20s and 10s. I don't think I own anything that is actually from that time period, except for maybe one piece of clothing that I will never wear because I'm scared it'll fall apart. But I do have a lot of true vintage 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and especially 80s sweaters. I have so many 80s sweaters. It's not even funny. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be back again next week with another one. This was kind of just a very short little fun video. I was on a little day road trip and thought, why not explore an antique mall and buy some stuff? So stay tuned. Maybe these looks will get full-blown stylized hair, makeup, you name it. But I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next week.